Yo, what's up guys? We're back for Rent a Girlfriend chapter 380. I'm not gonna lie, I'm super hyped about this chapter, right? This was probably one of the best chapters I've seen in a while, dude. Oh my gosh, I'm actually so excited. The date did not go well. Oh my gosh. Dude, I held out, bro. I was holding out. I was holding out hope that it would go really poorly. And yeah, that's kind of what we get in this chapter, right? We get Chizuru's response to the confession, and it's not the one that Kazuya was hoping for. It was the one I was hoping for. Not because I'm hating on Kazuya or nothing, but I feel like there's just too much in the story that we haven't covered yet. So basically, this just gives us more time with all of the characters. It's showing that this series is going to keep going on for a little bit longer. And yeah, I'm just super excited to see that. Like, to me, this whole date arc just felt too perfect, right? Everything was going way too well, and it just didn't make sense unless the author was trying to end it super early. Like, if he was just trying to end it here, then it would make sense if she responded well to the confession. But yeah, let's just hop straight into it. So basically, we start off the chapter where we left off with last chapter. Chizuru saying the same line, but this past month, the more I've gotten to know you, I've realized something. I think I might be in love with you. So she goes and says this last chapter, and this is just a continuation on to this chapter. This gives Kazuya a little starry-eyed, brings hope in his eyes, and basically Chizuru goes and pulls out the ring, right? It was Kazuya's mom's ring that she gifted to Chizuru because they thought they were in a really committed relationship. So yeah, Chizuru's just talking about it, and she's wondering if she even has the right to put on the ring, right? She goes and says, oh, she loves all of his family, and that she doesn't regret kissing him at Hawaiians, and that she would basically do it again if she was put in the same situation. But then she's saying that, oh, maybe she can't bear the fact that she's been lying to all of these people for the past 2 years, basically, about their relationship, and she feels it would be a little awkward. She just doesn't know really how to navigate that situation. But then she also still says that I might have feelings for you, right? So she's not denying that what she's feeling might be an affinity towards Kazuya, but I think there's just so much stuff outside of their, like, the two of them together that is kind of, I think, holding her back right now. And then she says, but considering my current lifestyle, my work and everything else, I just don't think it is something I can jump into right now. So basically, she's apologizing. She bows down, looks back up, and then says, sorry, I'm sorry. I guess you can consider this a rejection to Kazuya's feelings. The thing is, I wouldn't consider this like a rejection to Kazuya's feelings, right? I would consider this more of like she's not against the idea of getting together with Kazuya, but there are a few things that need to be hammered out in the story, which is kind of what I was hoping for in the, like, that was kind of like what I wanted to happen in the first place, right? Because she's saying she still likes Kazuya, right? It's not that she doesn't like him, but there's just so much stuff revolving her life, so her acting career and school and all that, right? And then also, I think she wants to develop a more genuine relationship with Kazuya, in my opinion at least, before they get together, so it's like not as awkward when they're trying to confront the other characters in the story when it comes to their fake relationship for the past 2 years. So in my mind, I wouldn't consider this a rejection. I know a lot of people are considering a rejection, but I think it's just a temporary pause. It's a temporary pause, which is very much needed in the story right now, because we have been on this arc for like almost a year, bro. We've been on this arc for almost a year, and everything has gone smooth sailing, right? It should not have gone smooth sailing, right? So yeah, basically after Chizuru gives her little rejection or whatever, Kazuya is like tearing up, looks a little sad. He's saying, oh, well, yep, that's life, right? These things happen sometimes. He's just trying to smooth things over with Chizuru so she doesn't feel as awkward for saying all this stuff after they spent like the whole day together. But in his head, he's like, hang in there. I need to hold on for a little bit longer, right? Like he's about to like crash out a little bit. Not crash out, but he's about to lose it. And then what he says is, anyways, we should get going, right? And then he turns around. We can visibly see him a little angry, a little disappointed, I would say. It's a lot of emotions mixed together, right? But his back's turned so she can't see his face. I hate this series, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. And then we get a panel of Chizuru looking at him. He's still holding his head down a little low, right? We get a panel of her looking at him, kind of blushing, a little embarrassed, a little flustered, I guess, dude. It's just a very awkward moment right now in the series. So basically in the last page of the chapter, once the awkwardness dies down a little bit, Chizuru gets up to move to follow Kazuya back to the house, which is, I'll talk about it after I finish, right? She tries to move, right? And she has like a blister on her like Achilles heel, right? From her shoes. So that's where we end off the chapter, right? We get another little mini event where now she has a blister, and now what's gonna happen, dude? Who knows? right? And they need to walk home, and it's pretty far away. So what's gonna happen? Who knows? But yeah, that's where we end off the chapter. And yeah, I don't know. I'm a lot happier that this happened than the alternative happened. Right. The alternative would basically just be Chizuru just getting into a relationship with Kazuya this chapter. Or just saying, I love you too, let's date. I don't know, it just does not feel right in the story right now. I feel like, in my opinion, we have not gotten enough one-on-one action between the two in a deeper conversational way. Like, yes, of course, throughout the series, they've interacted with each other. Of course, that's happened. But I feel like it just has not been enough, or to like a large enough standard, especially for how long the series has been going on. Like, the percentage of time that they've spent actually together and interacting with each other, and we've seen on screen, is very minimal compared to the length of the series, right? So I feel like we need to see more development between the two, or if not even that, we at least just need to see them get more comfortable with each other, because this whole kind of, you know, research, whatever, is it just kind of forces the issue. Like, it makes their progression not as natural, right? And that's kind of been the feeling throughout the whole entire series for me. It's like, every time that they're together, it always feels a little forced. Besides, like, movie arc, everything kind of felt a little forced. You know, earlier on in the series, Kazuya was always trying to, like, you know, he would say something stupid and then try to make it up and then go on like a rental date with her. So it always just felt a little forced. And then we got the major arcs, right, with Hawaiians, and then the apartment situation and the house. Like, it just, everything, I don't know, a lot of things just felt very forced when they were put together. And I feel like we just need to get more, we need to see them naturally get closer to each other. And I feel like if they try to work out these kinks with like all the other characters in the series, first and foremost, that would bring, you know, Ruka, Mami, hopefully Sumi back into the story as well. And then also it could help them build the relationship better, right? Kazuya and Chizuru's relationship. I feel like that is really the main driving factor on why this series shouldn't be ending right now. And yeah, to me, this chapter was good. It was great. It was really what I wanted out of it. Because if this, you know, if the series just ended here, like, okay, let's just think for a second, what would happen if they just got together right now? Like, what, we'd have like, you know, 3-4 chapters left. Like, what else are we gonna do in the story, right? I don't know, like, they're gonna get together and then we're gonna walk through all the other characters and then maybe explain how, and then maybe joke around how, like, they were rental girlfriend-client relationship before. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Especially because Mami's character arc is not in the story and Ruka just got shafted, essentially. I mean, that's really about it, right? Not too much to say here. It's just kind of, it's really the good ending. It's not the bad ending, guys. It's not the bad ending. We get more Kanokari, right? So it's not the bad ending. And we're gonna get a better ending later on. Yeah, that's really about it for me. I wanna know what you guys think. And yeah, I'll see y'all later.